So we came across this really cute looking hotel in North Bay Village in Miami. From the outside, it got this nice mid-century vibe going on. The lobby was spacious and it looked like it had been newly renovated. You've got these nice high ceilings and charging stations all around. The lobby also has a nice little workstation where they have computers and a printer so you can do office stuff if you need to. There is a complimentary coffee station if you need that quick little caffeine pick-me-up, so that was nice. And they even have a small gift shop where they sell snacks and souvenirs and stuff like that. So that was kind of an interesting little bonus. And from the exterior of this hotel, you can tell that at one point in time it used to be a very hip and happening place. And apparently this restaurant here actually comes alive at nighttime. They have a lot of club dancing with DJs and stuff. And I gotta talk about this awesome location that's right on the water. I mean, look at these views. That's what really appealed to us, is that it had this great views of the sea. Now on this particular day it was cloudy and windy and cold, but it was still quite enjoyable to be outside. And as you can see, they've done a pretty nice job with the pool area. This pool looks very clean, nice and sleek. No issues there. It definitely looks inviting for a swim, although it was too cold on this day to go swimming. Still, they have this nice little setup where they provide towels, some complimentary water, as well as some sunscreen. And it really fit in with the mid-century vibe that they were going for. And one way that you can tell that this is an older pool is that it actually goes pretty deep. It goes to 8 feet deep, which is kind of unusual now for the newer swimming pools that you see at hotels. Most of them go to 5 feet deep, which is understandable, you know, it's safer than an 8-foot deep pool. But I thought that was interesting. Now, as we walk out toward the little dock area, we see that we get some amazing views of the sea out here, and that looked really nice. But if you look down, you'll notice that this water was pretty dirty. I mean, obviously the tide comes in and brings in a lot of nasty stuff, but it just wasn't very pretty to look at. Now let's talk about the room. So our room was actually on the 4th floor, and on this particular day the elevators were not working, so that was kind of a bummer, but we dealt with it. And this is what the hallways look like. And now let's go into the bedroom and take a look around. So here on the right, you'll see that you get a nice little closet space where you can put your stuff. You've got an iron, a nice little safe toward the end, all the basics. Then over here you have these drawers. So that's another little convenient space to put things. In here we'll see the bathroom, and this bathroom is just okay. I mean, it wasn't really dirty or anything, but it was a little bit outdated. You do get this nice little laid out selection of soaps and shampoos, which is kind of cute. And then you have this very typical generic bathtub slash shower. This could definitely use a bit of a modern touch. So now let's go look at the rest of the bedroom. So over here we have this neat kind of dresser thingy. That definitely fits in with the vibe here, so that was cool. You also get this little couch over here to sit on, so that was kind of cool. And then of course you have the bed, which I'm going to talk a little bit more about later. And you're also provided with this big flat screen TV. Now I do want to mention that this is not a smart TV. And if we look over here, we'll see that there is this kind of old and outdated AC unit. So that could definitely use a bit of an upgrade. But if we step outside on the balcony, we'll see the absolute star of this room, which is the view. I mean, this view is kind of unbeatable. And I do think having a view like this does bring up the experience to a bit of a higher level. I would say for anyone who stays here, try to get a room like this with the view. And they do give you some small chairs with a small table. But now I'm going to talk about some of the problems with this room, and first up is the bed. Just listen to this. The bed is definitely not the most comfortable. This alarm clock was totally filthy and clearly had not been cleaned in a very long time. It made me feel like the nightstand wasn't clean, so I put a small towel down to put my phone and stuff on. Now it's time for a ceiling check, and when we look at the ceiling, we see that it is pretty dirty. I'm wondering if maybe there used to be a lot of smokers who were in this room and smoked cigarettes, and that's why the ceiling is so discolored, but it was just really unpleasant to look at when you're lying down in bed. And it wasn't just one area, the issues with the ceiling really do extend to the entire room. I also want to talk about the floor here because as you can see, the floor is also really dirty. You can see a lot of signs of wear and tear, especially if you look around where the walls meet the floor. And they do have bottles of water in the room, but they are not complimentary and they cost $8 each, so I don't recommend drinking them. So for a final score, I'm giving this hotel a 4 out of 10. I feel like it has a lot of potential, like it could be really cute and nice, but really the room was a big letdown, like it could definitely use some updating. The view of the sea was really nice and that definitely helped, but overall I don't think I can recommend staying here just because the room wasn't clean enough. And I mean, clearly they did a nice job with the lobby area, I just wish they had done as nice of a job with the room renovations. So that was our video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more travel content.